Chapman News. An OC woman tests the speed limits on the streets of Orange.
Plus, Chapman students learn about opportunities to study internationally.
And finally, we have Chapman's Vice President of Community Relations, Jack Rubal, live in studio to discuss how Chapman and the community can find peace with one another. This is Chapman News, and it starts right now.
Orange County. I'm Harper White.
And I'm Wolfie Tash. Thanks for tuning in today with us. A high-speed pursuit happened in Orange Saturday night, and reporter Nikki Lorenzen has the story.
Hi everyone. It's just after midnight here in Orange, where just a few short moments ago on the street behind me, Tustin Avenue, an unidentified woman in a white sedan was chased by police for over an hour. Police originally pursued the car due to reckless driving. She was caught driving between 5 and 90 miles an hour, going the wrong way on the highway, making three-point turns into busy traffic, and pursuing police with her vehicle. Police refused to do any sort of pit maneuver due to the fact that she was heard to be yelling about her son, who they believed maybe was in the car with her. They eventually stopped the car using spike strips, and the pursuit came to an end just a few short blocks away here down Tustin Avenue in the city of Tustin. Reporting from Orange, California, this is Nikki Lorenzen, Chapman News.
The woman, who was eventually identified as 35-year-old Joanne Bell of Orange, was taken into custody and charged with felony evading, driving under the influence, and possession of narcotics. She was alone in the car, and luckily, nobody was injured.
This week, Chapman Center for Global Education hosted a study abroad fair where students had the chance to learn about what they can do abroad. Reporter Jessica Metter has the story.
Almost half of all Chapman students spend a semester away from Orange studying abroad. Today was the day they could find out where that might be.
I heard Chapman had a really awesome study abroad program, and that was part of the reason I wanted to go here.
More than 600 Chapman students participate in semester, academic year, summer, or interterm programs each year. And more than 500 undergraduate and graduate international students are at Chapman from over 70 countries. Lauren Diaz is a Chapman alum now working for the Center for Global Education, helping students do what she did, in her case to Sydney, Australia.
Study abroad definitely changed my life. With thousands of courses in hundreds of locations worldwide here at Chapman, I feel like the university made it so simple to select the university abroad that fit my academic criteria as well as my geographic location expectations.
Terrific turnout yet again for the Study Abroad Fair. Excitement is very high amongst potential travelers. I know I'm excited. I'm going to go pack my bags. Reporting for Chapman News, I'm Jessica Metter.
If you're interested in going abroad, visit Chapman Center for Global Education for more information.
An investigation is currently being conducted to find out who was behind the 9/11 memorial vandalization at Occidental College. For the Remembrance Weekend, Occidental College Republicans Club placed nearly 3,000 flags onto the quad to symbolize the lives that had been lost. By the next morning, all the flags had been either crushed or thrown in the garbage. This incident sparked national headlines, causing the vandalizers, who have remained anonymous, to release a statement saying that they removed all the flags because they wanted to, quote, demonstrate the holistic approach to the incident. On Facebook, the Republican Club asked students to respect the 9/11 memorial, but said members are prepared to act against any further vandalisms.
The man known as the OC Panty Thief was put behind bars this week after being charged on 33 counts of felony burglary.
Riverside County resident Arturo Galvan was convicted and sentenced on Monday for burglarizing female college students at Chapman University and Cal State Fullerton. Galvan has targeted 33 women in Orange County since 2014.
It just was ransacked, basically. Everything from the living room to all of our bedrooms was gone. Clothes, laptops, iPads, pictures of us off the wall, basically anything you could imagine. So it was definitely a horrifying experience, to say the least.
Galvan used social media sites such as Instagram and Facebook to track women to their homes and stole $250,000 worth of electronics, jewelry, and clothing. Women are now taking more precaution about those accounts and are even making life changes to try and stay safe.
We actually ended up moving to an apartment complex. We wanted something more safe and live around more people. So yeah, it definitely changed our lives a lot.
Galvan will serve 8 years in prison and was ordered to pay restitution to the victims.
In order to stay safe and avoid situations like these, the Orange County District Attorney's Office suggests that you never post your locations or drop pins on Google Maps.
This past Saturday, Christ Cathedral unveiled its future plans to the community. The event showed floor plans and the architect's design for the 11-story building. To bring the showing full circle, the Catholic Diocese of Orange had a room full of virtual reality goggles for event-goers to wear and experience future plans for the church. It's projected to cost nearly $72 million, a price drop from the original $108 million plan. The cathedral will break ground in April and is likely to be completed in October of 2018.
Have you ever wondered if the sounds from the Christ Cathedral were recorded or real? Well, they're real, all right, and reporter Mitchell Rosenberg has more with the tower's only musician.
Melissa Widener plays the most inaccessible instrument in all of Orange County. She puts on black gloves, throws a backpack over her shoulders, scurries up a portable ladder, and then climbs 14 stories, straight up. She doesn't have a harness, and she takes only occasional breaks. If it's windy, she feels it more and more the higher she climbs. On Wednesday, Widener made that climb again. When she got to the top, she played a 19-ton instrument, a carillon, for anyone in a 4-block radius of Christ Cathedral as part of the parish's inaugural 7-week Easter concert series.
But it's played like a piano in that it's touch sensitive, but the keys are not like piano keys. They're about this long and this wide, and you strike them with your fists.
For the carillon itself, the performances will be a reawakening after years of dormancy.
I think it's just so exciting to get this wonderful instrument playing again. I mean, something this grand definitely should not be silent.
The Arvella Schuler carillon is 52 bells, weighing 50 pounds to 2 tons, each sounding a different note. The carillon resides near the top of the 236-foot-tall stainless steel Crean Tower, next to the former Crystal Cathedral. The carillon was one of 5 in California. There are fewer than 200 playable ones in North America. Widener is one of only 150 people in the United States certified as a carillonneur. Widener will repeat the ritual for 7 weeks, the carillon's first lengthy stint in years.
I'm happy to, in this Easter season, play music that will bring joy to people who are walking around. I'd like to see music as something that could positively influence people's moods. Well, I hope we get more people coming. We have this going for 6 more weeks and be a lot of good music to hear.
Old Town Orange is notorious for withholding liquor licenses from incoming restaurants and bars. But the newest one has finally succeeded with a high-tech approach to drinking.
National street food. This restaurant, called The Wall, is run by 2009 Chapman alumnus Zach Henson.
People come into the restaurant and they get a little high-tech wristband, and then we associate this wristband with a tablet that's above each tap, and we can measure every ounce that they pour, and then they pay by the ounce that they pour. You know, we're not the place to go get slammed on Friday or Saturday night. We're the place to learn about craft beer, to truly appreciate what you're drinking and enjoy it. Our technology, it actually monitors or does an estimate of your blood alcohol content at any time. So we actually know, we have an estimate of how intoxicated any individual is, and we can shut them down after somebody drinks. The system will actually shut them down automatically.
I think it's really cutting edge. Like, I've never heard of anything like it. Just something that can cut you off like at your legal limit and then charge you by the ounce, I think is really smart, because they want to just keep it at a place that's, like I said, laid back, and they don't want it to be too crazy. They want people to have a good time, but it's just a place for people to have like a couple beers and relax.
The Wall's official grand opening will be in early October.
Wow, I have definitely got to check that place out as soon as it opens up. That looks great. Today on the show, we have Chapman University's Vice President of Community Relations, Jack Rubal.
Jack, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you here on the show to speak with us today. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about your background and how you got involved in this position at Chapman?
Sure. I've been in higher education now for about 45 years. I worked for a community college for many years and then left and opened my own consulting business. And one of my premier clients was Chapman. I've been around Chapman for about 8 years, and in January they created the position of Vice President of Community Relations and asked me to step into it. So I closed my business and I'm all in at Chapman.
Nice. So do you think that your history living in Orange has had a positive effect on this position?
I've only lived in Orange technically since July. I moved from Ontario. But during the months from January to July, I spent a lot of time here. And I think being community relations is very important, that I live in the community, be part of the community. It's hard to talk about the residents or issues that are going on in the city and not be here. So I think it's been a positive influence. Plus, my wife and I just love it here. It's a great city.
Well, congratulations on the move, and
Thank you.
We're happy to have you here in Orange with us. Now, going back onto the community, we know that us in the community don't have the greatest relationships right now, but we want to know, how can we, in your perspective, how can we change that? How can we get along with the community and kind of find a middle ground between the two of us?
I think it's important to realize that Orange is a unique place, with the historic district and with all the different things, the outlet malls, the Brickyard, all the different places that we have in Orange. And it's I think 140,000 people that live here. And learning how they behave, learning what they like to do, and just being a good neighbor, just understanding that bringing trash cans in at the end of the day, if you see trash on the ground, picking it up as you walk by, greeting them with a smile and a hello, it makes all the difference in the world. It's just a lot of being respectful of the area that you live in. I like to tell people to think about who's living next to you and think of them as family.
Right. Yeah, that's the way we should all look at each other here, is we should all just be one, big family that can get along with each other and coexist peacefully, I feel like.
And it works both ways.
Right.
Once the residents and the neighbors see it coming one way, they're going to return that, and they're going to feel more comfortable talking to the students and being around the university. So.
Absolutely. So looking forward, what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
My number one goal is to make Chapman, it's already an integral part of the community, but to make it a welcome part of the community, that people understand that we're here to be a part of the community, to participate in the community. We do a lot of outreach now that hasn't been publicized that much, so we're trying to get that word out of all the students that are out in the community, working in the schools and at the Friendly Center and different places like that, doing volunteer work. So my goal is really, I think a lot of people look at college students as transient. They're here and then they're gone, but it's the same people. It's different people, but you always have the same amount. The freshman class comes in, the senior class goes out. So getting people to understand that it's not transient in that way. There's always going to be that population here, and they want to be and should be a part of the community.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today and helping us get a better understanding of how we can be better community citizens with the city of Orange. So thank you again for dropping by today, Jack.
Thank you.
Really appreciate having you on the show. Coming up on Chapman News, iOS plans to release the 10th update of their system, with this one promising to be the best one yet.
Hi everyone, it's a beautiful 81 degrees outside. Great start to the weekend. I'll have that and more coming up.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
One more commercial.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
An In-N-Out Burger in Irvine has been petitioned to add a vegetarian option to its menu. Washington, D.C.-based Good Food Institute launched its petition last week on change.org. The petition claims that In-N-Out Burger lets down its fans by failing to serve, quote, anything healthy and humane and sustainable to its burger-loving customers. In-N-Out's famous grilled cheese sandwiches don't cut it for the good folks. They say grilled cheese does not satisfy those who are looking for a full entree. The petition has reached 16,200 signatures as of Monday afternoon.
After almost 60 years in Santa Ana, the Orange County Register will move its headquarters to Anaheim. The Register's new headquarters will be located near Angel Stadium. The newspaper opened its headquarters at the Santa Ana location in 1957, and publisher Ron Haas says the newsroom and business staff will continue there until April.
You know what would be a cool thing here at Chapman, Harper?
What?
A class dedicated to playing video games. Honestly, I think that would be super cool here
I think
to have
a
on
lot of
campus.
students would really like that.
I agree. Yeah, you know, at UC Irvine, they have this huge center that, like, you know, kids can just go and play during class. Like, I just, that blows my mind, to be honest with you guys. That's completely mind-blowing.
Well, why don't we check in with Avali May, who is at UC Irvine, to tell us how cool a video game stadium could be.
Thanks, guys. I am at UC Irvine and inside their esports arena, where after months of construction, they're finally ready to open their doors. The 3,500 square foot haven for student gamers will feature 80 top-of-the-line gaming PCs, loaded with the newest games for students to use. The $250,000 investment will house UC Irvine's gaming club, called the Association of Gamers, which is one of the largest gaming organizations of the country. With over 3,000 members, the club has also gained popularity for their competitive gaming teams. This year, the school has taken online gaming to a whole new level and has recruited 4 League of Legends players, offering $15,000 in scholarship funding. Today, I'm here with a woman whose hard work has made all of this possible. 2-year gaming club president and arena coordinator, Kathy Chung. Hi, Kathy. Hi. So what inspired for you to basically create this on-campus gaming arena?
So we have had a really strong gaming community here for many, many years, but we've never really had a place on campus to call our home. It's not very common for universities to have LAN centers or just even a place for people to gather and have fun. So we definitely wanted to change that. We wanted something like this. When I was in charge of the club, we definitely pushed for it very hard, but the administration wasn't quite in sync at the time. So now that we have a UCI Esports program officially supported by the school, it made a lot of sense that we needed a place like this.
So that sounds awesome. What has been the overall response from your students?
Excitement and happiness, I think. For many years, we really wanted this to come forward and really wanted something like this to happen. So I think people are very, very excited about it. We have a grand opening tonight. We've had people peeking in our doors constantly for weeks. So I think people are very excited to see kind of how the program goes and what we can offer them.
So just to entice people who may have not heard about your grand opening yet, if they were to come by here, what should they expect?
We have all of our sponsors and partners coming out tonight. So we have an esports expo with a bunch of booths that people can use to like network or get free swag. And we have a bunch of gaming companies coming out to kind of like just, you know, learn about the area. We have tournaments happening in this very arena right here of a variety of games, the most popular on our campus. And lots of free stuff, lots of activities, and they can just kind of learn more about us.
That sounds like loads of fun, guys. You've heard it here first. Grand opening tonight, Student Center at UC Irvine at 5 o'clock. I'm Avali, and this has been Kathy Chung. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Avali.
You know, Harper, personally, I would love to see an esports arena here on Chapman's campus. I think it'd do really well here.
I think so too. I think students would really enjoy that. Every fall semester, UPB offers a discounted day at Disneyland where tickets are sold through the university for less than 1/3 of the regular price. This year, tickets were exceptionally high in demand. Within 1 minute, all of the available tickets were sold out online. Those with the fastest internet prevailed, and those with slow connection were left disappointed.
SoCal Disneyland fans, go find your Mickey ears. After removing the discounted annual pass for Southern California residents 2 years ago and raising all other annual pass prices, the Mouse announced yesterday that the Southern California annual pass will now be available for purchase again. The pass will be $490 for residents living in select zip codes, but unfortunately will still include a host of blackout dates.
With the new iPhone comes a new software update, iOS 10. Apple said that it's the biggest release of iOS 10 ever. One of the most celebrated changes, the ability to delete in-apps like Stocks and Apple Maps. iOS 10 also features updates for Messages, Maps, and Siri. Despite these improvements, the update has caused major problems for some customers.
The new software killed my phone, just destroyed everything, and the software was too much for my phone. It happened to my little sister about a week ago too. Same phone, same exact situation. If there's a risk that it could get destroyed, like my phone, because mine was a year old, then I wouldn't do it.
Apple has responded to customer complaints, telling users to back up their phones and update via iTunes instead of directly on the phone.
September 16th was Mexican Independence Day, and in East LA, they held their 70th annual festival. Reporter Addie Bridley has more on the story.
Sunday marked the 206th anniversary of the day leaders of an insurrection declared Mexico's independence of Spain. Residents came out to Cesar Chavez and Mednick Avenue to celebrate the 70th annual East LA Mexican Independence Day Festival. Sean Rodriguez, a vendor at the festival, came to support his sister's business, Los Libros, a company that produces children's bilingual books. Rodriguez and other businesses utilize the festival to reach the largest minority group in the United States.
Just the Latino culture here is pretty dominant, and everywhere you go, you basically see, food, music, especially Spanish as well, being spoken anywhere you go around the area.
Live entertainment, food, and fun were visible at the festival. However, some felt the opportunity to get the community involved in politics was missed.
The whole voting aspect is what they need, and I think that should be more represented here in this kind of events, not necessarily free stuff.
The Latino vote in the United States has an increasing importance in the U.S. presidential election. Latino millennials make up 44% of the 27 million Latinos eligible to vote for the next president.
So I think a way to connect, this community to that is entice younger people, students, to come out to this event and to have a voice.
The East Los Angeles Mexican Independence Day Parade is just one in a series of events celebrating Latino Heritage Month. If you can't make it out to LA, don't worry. Cross-cultural engagement will be throwing its own series right here at Chapman. For more information about when and where to vote, as well as who will be on your ballot in both English and in Spanish, visit votolatino.org. This is Addie Briley reporting from East LA, Chapman News.
Cross-Cultural Engagement will be hosting a bachata dance seminar in Ardros Forum 119 tonight at 6 p.m. to continue the celebration of Latin Heritage Month. Harper, the weather this past week has just been so hot, I feel like I could just walk outside and already be covered in sweat. It's kind of gross here.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been hot. It's been overcast. Why don't we send it over to Nikki in the Weather Center to find out what next week's temperature is going to look like.
Hey guys, yeah, it has been hot. Hard to believe that the first day of fall was just a few days ago. It's currently 81 degrees and beautiful outside here in Orange. A great way to kick off that weekend. Looking out at the Orange County forecast in the greater OC area, we can see it is going to be a little bit warm out there. 81 up in Orange, 74 and 76 towards Newport and Laguna. A great way to start that weekend. Maybe go down and go surfing, nice and cool at the beach and a little bit hotter inland. Looking out at the greater SoCal area, it's 80 up in Santa Barbara currently, 79 in LA, 72 at Avalon, 77 in Anaheim, a nice way to go out to Disneyland. Might be kind of nice there if you're planning on doing that. And looking at the 5-day outlook here at Friday today, it is 81 degrees outside currently and just keeps getting hotter and hotter throughout the week. We peak on Monday at 92, hopefully looking into some cooler weather next week. And if you're trying to go surfing this weekend, maybe I will be there as well. There will be some nice surf in Huntington, maybe a little bit of sloppy though, so maybe try to go out towards Long Beach where there might be a little bit more shape in those waves. 3 to 5 foot, nice swells coming your way. And if you're going to Disneyland with UPB this Saturday, it's going to be in balmy 90 degrees outside, so maybe bring that water bottle, throw on a bathing suit, and hit up Splash Mountain. And that's all I have for you guys. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Nikki. Nearly a year ago, the Chapman community lost one of our own in 22-year-old Dan Steele.
We here at Chapman News were one of the many groups mourning at the loss of our dear friend. Pete Weitzner has more about the legacy that Dan has left behind.
It's been almost a year since we lost our brother Dan. Brother's often a cliche when we refer to a fallen friend. Not here. Dan Steele was a brother to everyone on campus, everyone he met.
Dan, there are holes in the floors of heaven today, and we know that you're looking out for us, smiling, watching over us all. But we miss you so much. We all love you, and we thank you for being a beautiful, beautiful soul.
Dan was a great guy, and of course he's going to be missed. Guys in the locker room, if they don't know him, they've all heard about him.
Dan's influence continues today. There's a small armada of Chapman TV grads at NFL Network. They are there in no small part through a brand of hard work and smiles that Dan Steele established there.
Unfortunately, we are hurting a little bit here at NFL Network. We lost a good friend, a good teammate here in Dan Steele this week. Dan was just 22. He was really just starting his career. Our condolences go out to his brother Elliot and his parents Trish and Kevin. You guys did a great job. You raised one heck of a young man.
And the Steeles are still doing a heck of a job. Within days of Dan's death, they established an endowment fund to help future TV students. And they'll be back on campus this Saturday night for the home opening football game as honorary captain doing the coin toss. From Ernie Chapman Stadium, I'm Pete Weitzner, Chapman News.
Odds of becoming an astronaut, 1 in 13,200,000. Odds of being struck by lightning, 1 in 576,000. Odds of dating a supermodel, 1 in 88,000. Odds of bowling a perfect game, 1 in 11,500. Odds of being trapped in an elevator, 1 in 24,528. Odds of catching a ball at a major league game, 1 in 563. Odds of an injury from shaving, 1 in 6,585. Odds of tripping while texting, 1 in 10. Odds of getting cancer in your lifetime, 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women.
It's up to us.
To change the odds for our generation.
For the ones we love. For our future.
If you don't like the odds, stand up. Stand up to cancer.
Emergencies and disasters happen with little or no warning and often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
Brown, and it's time for the Best Campus Sports Show. Today we'll start it off with a little NFL action. They're back. After 22 years, the Los Angeles Rams hosted the Seattle Seahawks for their home opener at the Memorial Coliseum Sunday. Let's take a look at the highlights. Case Keenum gets it to Tavon Austin. They'll get a 39-yard field goal. Rams up 3-0. Then Todd Gurley will make a run. Tyler Lockett they'll get a field goal, tie it up. Todd Gurley gets a run, he'll get a first down and a little more. That's followed up by a long bomb to Lance Kendricks. That play will lead to a field goal. They'll take the lead 3-6. Then it gets to Kenny Britt. That extends the lead with another field goal, and that's now 9-3 Rams. With under 2 minutes left, Russell Wilson finds Tyler Lockett inside the Rams territory. They may have a chance here. Wilson gets it to Christine Michael. He fumbles. It's recovered by Alec Ogletree, and the Rams win 9-3. It was a big week for Chapman volleyball, hosting the Laverne Leopards at Hutton Sports Center. Here are the highlights. Both teams starting off strong, but there's a nice dig there by Courtney Justice, and it's spiked at the top of the box by Kylie Cook. The Panthers take on the first set 25-23. The Leopards fight hard, but another spike by Chapman's Abby Smith helps the Panthers win the second set. Laverne's attack and defense picks up in the third and fourth sets. A good block assist there by Kelsey Robinson and Cassie Thompson. The fifth and final set was a tight one, but the Panthers were able to take the lead with match-winning kill by Caitlin Ramundo. We spoke to sophomore Courtney Justice to see just what happened at the end of the second half.
The third and fourth sets, we kind of got a little shaky, and we started to play not to lose instead of playing like to win. And we kind of each got in our heads. So we just kind of said, like, you have to forget about that. Like, that's over. Let's start a new game. And that's what we did. So we really need to stay positive the whole time. We can't let those little runs get to us. Like, it's a game of mistakes. So they're going to happen, and we just need to push on.
The Panthers take on Cal Lutheran tonight at 7 p.m. Live streaming will be available on Cal Lutheran's website. Chapman Athletics chose to honor a men's soccer player for the second week in a row. Reporter Ben Weiner hit the pitch to catch up with this week's Athlete of the Week.
I got an exclusive training session with men's soccer forward Marco Siambeni. Marco and I talked about Chapman's most recent win.
Towards the end of the game, I got a few balls in the box and I was able to score them, and obviously those are the kind of goals that you do all the hard work in the summer for, and it was so much fun to score them, and it obviously was a huge lift to our team as well. The past two games we felt like we should have won and we didn't do enough to win, and then we came out against a team that probably thinks they were going to come in and beat us, and we took it to them and got the result. So I think it just shows us our potential and what we can do moving forward. I'm hoping I haven't had my top moment yet because we want to get the SCIAC title, and so that would be the ultimate top moment for me. But besides that, I'm probably just going to miss the day in and day out with the team, because it's something very special that obviously will be over after this year for me personally. And just being with the guys every day and out here training and playing a sport that we've worked our whole lives for and really enjoy playing.
Athlete of the Week, Marco Siambeni. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Weiner, Chapman News.
Marco and the Panthers take the field on the road tomorrow with hopes to make it 3 straight against Caltech. Here's a look at the Panthers playing at home this week. You have 2 chances to catch the volleyball team. The first football game of the season is Saturday, and on Wednesday, women's soccer welcomes Pomona for what is sure to be an exciting match. Well, that's it for sports. Let's check in with my roommate, Allison Arthur, to see what's up in the entertainment center. Allison?
Thanks, Darbs. Up next, we have the winners and must-see moments from the Emmys. Plus, one of the stars from Hamilton is making his way to Chapman. I'm Allison Arthur. You're watching Chapman News.
Stand up for what's right. Chapman University. Passion, perseverance, teamwork, integrity. Create value in the world. The School of Law at Chapman University. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmidt College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
Welcome back. Hey, Wolfie, did you catch the Emmys this weekend?
I did, actually, and to be honest with you, my favorite part was Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he was really great throughout the entire show.
Well, our reporter Allison has the full recap of the Emmys. Allison?
Thanks, Harper. This past weekend, television stars came out to celebrate their work and take home some well-deserved hardware at the 68th Primetime Emmy Awards. Two-time host Jimmy Kimmel got rave reviews, starting the night out strong, but let's get to the winners. HBO's Game of Thrones made history with the most wins ever for a primetime show. They won in Best Drama Series category, among many others that night. Rami Malek scored his first nomination for the Emmy win for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for Mr. Robot. Even he couldn't believe it.
Rami Malek, Mr. Robot.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus took home her 5th consecutive Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy for Veep. She got emotional thanking her father, who passed away a few days prior. The People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story was also a big winner. Sarah Paulson won for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series. The show also won Outstanding Limited Series. Meanwhile, Maggie Smith won Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series for her role on Downton Abbey. The actress did not attend the Emmys, but Jimmy Kimmel joked that she could pick up her Emmy at the Microsoft Theater's Lost and Found. This weekend, one of the stars from Broadway's Hamilton is coming to campus. Reporter Sophia Cycli gives us a look back at his career.
Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir?
Talk less.
What?
Smile more.
Leslie Odom Jr. sure has something to smile about. For the past 2 years, he starred as Aaron Burr, sir, in Hamilton, the Broadway smash hit. It's easy to say that Hamilton changed Odom's life and career in a big way. Call it revolutionary. The actor and singer made his Broadway debut at only 17 years old in Rent. In 2014, a TV drama series came calling, but so did a little-known musical making its off-Broadway debut. With a leap of faith, Odom made a choice: Broadway or bust. The show broke a record this year with a total of 16 Tony nominations. Odom won a Tony for Best Actor in a Musical for his role as Burr.
I almost didn't make it here. I almost fell.
Since leaving the show in July, he continues to prove he's not throwing away his shot.
Odom is taking his musical endeavors to new heights. Last month, he released a self-titled jazz album of Broadway classics, fulfilling another lifelong dream of his. And this Sunday, he'll be speaking here at the Musco Center for the Arts, talking to students about his incredible life and career. I'm Sophia Cycli for Chapman News.
Leslie Odom Jr. will speak at 7 p.m. this Sunday. Much like tickets for Hamilton, the event is sold out. That's all I have in entertainment. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Allison. Be sure to log on to our website at chapmannews.tv to catch all of our episodes, Chapman Newsies bios, and see all of the top headlines.
Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, Twitter and Instagram @Chapman News, and YouTube at youtube.com/Chapman News.
That's all we have for you today on the show. I'm Wolfie Tash.
And I'm Harper White. We'll see you next week.